Disappointing, but not surprising. After losing his bid for a seat for the second time, the co-leader of the Green Party has stepped down. I think no one's more upset than Elizabeth May, who's been trying to retire for what seems like a lifetime, but they just can't seem to get another leader that will stick. And I have to say, I think part of that is the media coverage. I am a Green supporter, and you have to hunt out coverage of the Greens. They're an afterthought. And by doing that, the media is telling Canadians that they're not a viable party. And they are. They're a very viable party. They had a fully costed platform. They had great ideas. They have strong leadership. They had a good slate of candidates. They've been around for a really long time. They have coffers that have enough money to be able to run a national campaign. And yet still, they are continually left out of the conversation or just tacked on the very bottom. It's so disappointing that in our political system where we're supposed to have more than two choices, the mainstream media acts like we have two and maybe a half in the NDP. They don't give equal time to all the candidates. Even the Bloc, who only represents one province out of all, 13 provinces and territories, they get a lot more mainstream media attention than the Greens do. And for this election, it was totally understandable. A lot is going on in the world. A lot was happening. We were strategically voting. We're worried about our sovereignty. Now was probably not the time that we would be listening to the Greens anyway. But historically, this has always been the case. And perhaps there's just too much stigma. Perhaps there's just too much hippie stigma around the Greens for them to really take hold. And maybe now with the NDP flailing is a great time for the Progressives to rebrand. All of us come together under one big tent, like the center right and the further right seem to be doing in Canada. Perhaps now is the opportunity for us to have a real progressive conversation all together. And instead of focusing on each individual pet project, for lack of a better word, our individual passion things that we worry about the most, that we come together under the big themes, as do the Liberals and the Conservatives, so that we can have a voice, a larger voice in Parliament for the upcoming election in 4 years, 2 years, who knows how long it's going to take. So what do you think? Should we be rebuilding the NDP? Should we be continuing to push for the Green? Or should we be coming together under a big tent and rebranding? Should we be the Green DP, the ND Green, something else completely, the Workers' Party? What do you think? Have a great day.